All right, so right now we're going to do a little bit of review for those of you who are still struggling with graphing lines in slope-intercept form. This is going to be about the graphing again. So we're going to be looking for our slope, our y-intercept, and then just making sure that we're very comfortable with graphing lines in slope-intercept form. So just as we're remembering, our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Excuse me, where we always have to solve for y. And slope is going to be rise over run, okay? Which, remember that rise is our change of y, and run is our change of x. And the easiest way to do this is always up or down first and then to the right. Okay, up or down first and then to the right. And the y-intercept is going to be our b. So the y-intercept, which is the first point that we're going to start with, is always going to lie on the y-axis. Okay, so we're always going to start with our b for beginning. The b is for beginning, so that's always a good place to start. So now let's talk about what do I do when I'm given a slope and a y-intercept in this form, but I need an equation. So think about the fact that y is equal to mx plus b. So that means I need to put some number here and then something here. Well, my slope is 3/4, so I know that goes there. Now the b is this number. So that's going to be a -2. So y equals 3/4 x minus 2. So -2 is here. And then 3/4, I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can do the opposite. If I'm supposed to go up and to the right, the opposite would be down and to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my line is running right along here, okay? So a couple things to remember if you think about when we were graphing in last chapter, we know that we've got 4 different types of graphs. We've got positive, we've got negative, we've got 0, and we have undefined, okay? So make sure that as you're graphing, you're paying attention to, does my graph look like it's supposed to? So since this one is positive, I know that I'm correct. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So this one, notice it is not in y equals form. So we need y equals mx plus b. So go ahead and hit pause and solve this for y, and then we will graph it together. All right, let's see how you did. So the first thing I'm going to do is move that 3x. So 2y equals -3x plus 6. Dividing by 2. Y equals -3/2 x plus 3. So my m is -3/2, and the b is 3. So my first point is starting right there. And since this is negative, I know that I need to go down and to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And again, if I'm supposed to go down or to the right, the opposite would be up and to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I've got my line, which is coming right through here. Now that is a negative, okay, because it's going down. All right, then we've got our 2 special cases to kind of remember. We've got, remember, this one is a 0, and this one is an undefined. So which one is which? Well, just to remember, this is my x-axis, okay? Now I see that I have y equals 5. So y equals 5 is pretty easy. That is right here. But here's the trick, okay? This one has no x. So if I don't have an x, I cannot touch the x-axis. So I can't touch this. So what kind of line are you going to draw that cannot touch that yellow line? Well, your only option, whoops, that is down too far. your only option is to draw one through the 5 that is horizontal. So that is a 0 slope. Okay, that is a 0 slope. And this is my B. Okay, that is my B. So in actuality, this equation is y equals 0x plus 5. I just don't write the 0. Okay, now, if I look at the next one, this is an x equals 3, which is going to put me right here. Oops, negative 3, so I'm going to put me over here. Okay, x equals negative 3. So that's great, but there's no y. So that means I cannot touch that green line. So if I cannot touch the green line, my only option is a vertical line through the negative 3. So this one is the undefined. Okay, this one is the undefined. So if we just see one number and a variable, it's either going to be the 0 or the undefined. And if it's a y equals, it's 0. And if it's an x equals, it's undefined. Okay, now, we also need to be able to write the equation from the graph, okay, and come up with our equation. So the first thing you always want to look for is your B, okay? And that's pretty easy because I'm always going to look for where it is crossing the y-axis. I'm going to go ahead and mark these two right here. Where is this one crossing the y-axis? Well, the B is right there. So the B is positive 1. Okay, B is positive 1. And remember, I have to use 2 perfect points. Okay, 2 perfect points, which means I have to find points that are exactly on a crosshair. Okay, exactly on a crosshair. So if I take a look at this one's not perfect, neither is this one, but this one is perfect. Okay, that one is perfect, and so is this one. So if I take a look at this line, it is going down. So I know that my slope is negative. Okay, I know my slope is negative. So I'm going to start from the leftmost point, and I'm going to make a triangle. And I'm going to go ahead and make the triangle here too, because let's compare these two. So this one is going down 1, so that's negative. 1, 2, 3. This one is going down 1 and 1, 2, 3. So my slope is negative 1 over 3. So the equation would be negative 1/3 x plus 1. Okay, go ahead and hit pause and see if you can come up with your y-intercept on this next one and your slope. All right, let's see how you did. Again, starting with your B is the easiest, so my y-intercept is right here, and they actually gave me that point. So the B is negative 3. And if I look, the perfect point is right here. Now, I see this one is going up, so I know my slope is positive. Okay, so I know my slope is positive. I'm going to put a plus sign right there because I know it's positive. So here's my triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, so up 4, and 1, 2. So 4 over 2. That is not done. Okay, slope always needs to be simplified. So 4 over 2 is going to reduce to 2 over 1, or simplify to 2 over 1. So this equation, I can write 2 different ways. I can write 2 over 1x minus 3, or I can write 2x minus 3. Okay? Either way works. The 2 over 1 just kind of helps me remember that I need to move 1 to the right. But the best form would be the 2x minus 3. All right, you're all done for today for notes. Go ahead and get started on your homework and let me know if you have any questions. And we will see you on the next slide or the next video, which is going to move us into point slope form.